Good night. This is the Cutting Edge on our FM on another Wednesday in January. I think this is the last Wednesday in January. Might be. But the year is so done. Can you believe that? The year is so done. Music called Drums to the King, man. Drums to the King. Augustus Pablo, one of them classical reggae artists that is unsung in reggae music. Yeah, man, unsung reggae artist, instrumentalist, producer. Yeah, learn the instrumental music in reggae again because apparently the computer them can't take bridge. Sometimes I feel some more people are listening in England to Cutting Edge than Jamaica, you know. Believe you me, man. May I tell you? We have a very special guest tonight. Yes, coming up. We don't have to tell you yet who is who, but it's a very special guest. You understand? So, we say, in Jamaica, everybody depend them P's and Q's. You see my mother say it, P's and Q's. I don't know what the P mean and I don't know what the Q mean, but you understand what she mean when she say P's and Q's. Everybody depend them P's and Q's, you know. Waiting, and wondering, because the thing get away, but I want to tell you, 20 years ago things get away too. 30 years ago things get away too. But it still get away right now. But, you know, I realize with this thing, you know, really and true that I yell up my brother and sister them in England. I realize it's Jamaican people afraid to come to Jamaica and not the American white people them and the British white people them and the German them and the Russian them may fly come down here. So it's like the Jamaican people them scared out of them wits more than the white people them. White people still have come to Jamaica. As a matter of fact, since them talk about the crime increase last year, January or so, 4 million white people come here. That's more than the population of Jamaica. 4 million white people land in Jamaica, yes, but them realize Jamaica seem to be going a certain way where I don't think all people want to see Jamaica take the limelight again, because I remember in the 70s and 80s, Jamaica was in the limelight and the 4th light and the 5th light. But we see almost like the tourist business that depend a little leak. It's like it get a little touch away people that say I go when them say tourists will stop coming out. Tourists now will stop coming to Jamaica. Tourists now will stop coming to Jamaica. Just like how you have tourism in Afghanistan. You know the way that you have tourism in some weird place where you would never believe the tourists are go. As a matter of fact, the Japanese look like them not scared of nothing. You go a certain place in the night, you wonder where them Japanese, all couple tourists, not a Japanese, not all two Japanese man, you know. It's a Japanese man and him woman a walk late at night, so them a go a session. Where the wedding and hot Mondays and all kind of different places. Them a go. And then I no care neither, you know. I talk to them, take go there. And when they're ready, they walk, go to the next session. But nobody can tell me, say, that the reason why them intensify this thing here, so, it's not because them, they shoot the people them down at the airport there, near the airport in Sangsters airport there. Maybe them have it in their mind, say them are going to do it, you know, but because of that shooting, bring forward this thing here. So in my mind, me I say, look at that now, because the tourism brand seems as if it was at stake. Because you can just imagine how some tourists just come off a plane in one of them big bus and drive, come up the road there, and hear some man get shot, boom, 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 boom. Then that it explain out. But apparently the tourists them when a man to go be feel quite safe and alright, because them used to these things. How people who travel used to see soldier and police on road all over the world. in some real first world country too. So it don't really scare them. You know, see it. But you see the Jamaican, them are foreigner now. And them pose the problem, you know. Because them not down here, you know. And the amount of things where them have to say and talk. And the amount of excuse and the amount of things where them want to suggest the government. And then now come back to Jamaica and them suggest this and suggest that. Especially the one where they are Canada. Especially the one where they are Canada. We cool a bite out them rotted. Cool a bite them up there. And them suggest this and that, suggest that to people, you know. Me not link it to the, you know, Canadian, Jamaican who up a Canada, you know, but here now. 2.7 million people live in Jamaica. And we see the crime are going, but as me had said, it now go on so favor, you know. It's impossible. It's impossible for it go on so favor. Because I remember in the 80s when the thing did escalate and political war, people get topsy-turvy. Same way right now. And during Monday days, everybody around left Jamaica because them afraid of communism and all them way there. Now we see some big gun in Jamaica. And we don't know where can come tomorrow. We don't know where can come tomorrow. But me know. Me have no doubt about it. It can't stay so favor. You know, see it can't stay so favor. So you say who believe in a prayer, only better pray until you know prayer. I mean just pray, go and pray. You say who believe in a social intervention, just intervene and just intervene. You say who believe in a motivational speeches and motivational speaking, go on to motivational speaking. So I just say that because there's no one way to solve this problem. All here people have said, you know what can solve it? What? It's a multiplicity of things that happen in our society. And it's a multiplicity of things going to change it. Multiplicity. You know what multiplicity mean? More than one. Multiplied by multiplication. Multiplicity. Jamaican people know how to go around things and come back round. Because we see it when we go foreign. People who don't talk about lazy and so. When they reach a foreign, them do have 3 different work in a one day. People who know obey stoplight in a Jamaica, when them go foreign, all when it say green, them still a wonder if it red. People who, when them are foreign, them are driving a taxi, and the taxi make all a 3rd lane. When them are drive taxi in America, them keep in the line. Look how long the line is in Manhattan at 4 o'clock of the day. And you know, say Manhattan at 4 o'clock a day come like madhouse. So sometimes it's not even the people them, because when the people fall to the government must step in. And the government is an unruly government. It's a slack government. It's a dumb government. This government and previous government, them don't know whether and thither them going or coming. Them don't know where them going or coming. I will see them make statement after statement and statement after statement. Now people have put on more burglar bar upon them door and I nail up them door now more than ever before. People don't want glass upon them door again. You have some gate where you used to make with iron where you can see through the iron and see that the yard. Now people have put wood for the iron now because they don't want nobody to see that the house. And I build them wall taller. Jamaica, one of the pearls of the world, at reach a level now where, may I tell you, it's terrible. But may I tell you, say, it's going to get better. It must change. It can't go on so all the while. May I tell you that? Can't go on so all the while. But it's just a pity that it might have to get worse and worse before it get better. This is the Cutting Edge on IRFM.
We will move the American embassy to the eternal capital of the Jewish people, Jerusalem.
I was with him until he said the eternal capital of the Jewish people. President Trump has the right to make whatever foreign policy he wants. If he feels that Miami Beach is best to recognize as the capital of Israel, that's his business. He can do it. But once he starts talking about the Jewish people, now he's encroaching upon religion, and now that's my domain. There is absolutely no political relationship between the Jewish people and Jerusalem. It's merely a holy city. The Jewish people don't have a capital. We never had a capital. Countries have capitals. States have capitals. That's the definition of a capital. Capital, dictionary, noun, the most important city or town of a country or region. Now, the Jewish people are not a country or region. The Jewish people are a religious community. We pray towards Jerusalem, but we relate to Jerusalem only as a holy city, not as a political capital city of the Jewish people. And all of those overtures that we make to Jerusalem and the yearning that Jews have for Jerusalem is only as a holy city, not as a capital city. And because it's a holy city, it doesn't matter who has sovereignty over it. Jerusalem is just as holy and just as much Jerusalem, whether it's under the auspices of the Turks or the Romans or the British or whoever. It's important to know that the Zionists were the ones that started this business of the capital of the Jewish people, and it's an idea that conflicts directly with the teachings of Judaism. At Mount Sinai in the desert, the Torah says, the Bible says about us, Hayom Hazeni Yesa La'am. That's when we became a people. The Jewish people aren't a people because of a land. We're not a people because of a language. We're not a people because of a culture. We're a religion, and when we were deputized into the religion, when we accepted the religion given to us by God, that's when we became the Jewish people. We had no land, no territories, we had no capital city, and in fact, our commentators say the reason why God gave the Jews the Torah in the desert before they went into the Holy Land was in order to teach them that land, country, has nothing to do with your Jewishness. Your Jewishness is because you accept the religion. A couple of years ago, the Pope went to visit Netanyahu, and Netanyahu was bragging to the Pope, this is where Jesus lived in this land, and he spoke Hebrew here. So the Pope corrected him. The Pope said, no, Aramaic. And Pope was right. Netanyahu says, yeah, but he understood Hebrew. Well, maybe he did, but Hebrew was never the national language of the Jewish people. It was a holy language, just like the land of Israel was a holy land. Oh, by the way, if you see the clip and you don't know which of the two people talking is Netanyahu and which is the Pope Pope's the one wearing the yarmulke. Even if we were to pretend that the Jewish people have a capital, that would have nothing to do with whether Jerusalem should be the capital of Israel, because Israel is not the Jewish people. Israel has nothing to do with the old Jewish Commonwealth. It's a country that was created in 1948. When you hear the Israelis or the Zionists talk about how Jerusalem has a connection with the Jewish people for 2,000 years, 3,000 years, 4,000 years, it's all true, but that doesn't translate to, well, therefore Jerusalem has to be part of Israel. People think that Israel is some kind of continuation of a Jewish government, but it's not. It's a completely different form of government, completely different values, completely different ideology, and completely different people. These are not religious Jews that are running the country. These are atheists. And yet, the Israeli prime ministers from Ben-Gurion all the way up to Netanyahu use the Bible as an excuse for ownership of the land. Ben-Gurion, he says the mandate is not our Bible, but the Bible is our mandate. This is a man that didn't believe the Bible was given by God. He didn't believe God ever spoke to prophets. He didn't believe it at all. Neither does Benjamin Netanyahu. It says in the Bible, watch the Sabbath to keep it holy. Netanyahu doesn't refrain from work on the Sabbath. It says not to eat non-kosher food in the Bible. Does Netanyahu do that? No. There is nothing holy in the Bible that Netanyahu cares about. The only thing he cares about is his land. Restorationist Protestants, we call them evangelical Christians today, they existed hundreds of years before any Jewish Zionist was ever born. And because the evangelicals, the restorationists, had great influence in Britain, and Britain had the mandate, the Zionists very, very much adopted the Christian evangelical interpretation of the Bible, and that's what they use today. You'll find that Benjamin Netanyahu sometimes even espouses Christian evangelical interpretations of the Bible over the Jewish ones. A number of years ago, Netanyahu spoke at the site of the Auschwitz concentration camp, and he mentioned a prophecy in the book of Yechezkel about how the prophets saw dry bones rising from the ground and growing flesh and becoming alive again. And Netanyahu said that that prophecy is fulfilled with the state of Israel, because the Jews were dry bones and now they grew flesh and they're real people again. This interpretation is not found anywhere in any Jewish source, because in Judaism, this is impossible. But for over a century, this has been a Christian evangelical interpretation. The Zionists, when they talk about the Bible, they're not talking about the Judaic version of Judaism and Jewishness. They're talking really about the Christian evangelical version. Netanyahu has no right to claim that his state is mine. I was born in America. My father was born in Poland. My mother's family is from England. We have nothing to do with Israel. We're Jews. We're observant Jews. We're religious Jews. I wear a yarmulke. Netanyahu doesn't. I keep the Shabbos. Netanyahu doesn't. And Israel is not my nation state in the slightest. This is a unilateral claim of the Israelis, of the Zionists, and it's an assault on my religion. So too, the claim that Jerusalem is the capital of the Jewish people because it transforms the Jewish people from a religious identity to a national identity, to a political identity. And it's an assault on my religion when Netanyahu says that because Jerusalem is so connected to the Jewish people, therefore it must be part of the state of Israel. Jerusalem's holiness, Jerusalem's value to the Jewish people has nothing to do with who owns it, and it certainly has no reason to be part of the state of Israel.
REFM, thought-provoking, always smoking, lyrics like a bazooka. You are listening to Mutabaruka.
Yes, I hope you listen to that, Very, very important information. Very, very important information, especially like we are going right now. Yes, see your state.
I'm worried, really, about how much the fuzzy thinking is going on in the world. Fuzzy thinking, people just not thinking straight. Consider this following example. Imagine you have a spelling bee. This is contrived, but it makes the point. There's a spelling bee, and you have to spell the word cat. Okay. So one student spells it C-A-T. The person got it right. The next person spells it K-A-T. That's wrong. You got that wrong. Okay? Third person spells it X-Q-W. You realize that is marked equally as wrong with the K-A-T? Now, you could argue that K-A-T is a better spelling for cat than C-A-T. Dictionaries know this because that's how they spell it phonetically. And so we've built a system for ourselves where there's an answer and everything else is not the answer, even when some answers are better than others. So our brains are absent the wiring capable of coming up with an original thought. If you're an employer and two candidates come up looking for a job, and this is, again, a contrived example, and you're interviewing the two candidates, and you say, as for part of this interview, I just want to ask you, what's the height of the spire on this building that we're in? And the candidate says, I was an architect. I majored in architecture for a while, and I memorized the heights of all the buildings on campus. I know. The height of that spire is 150 feet. In fact, 155 feet tall. It turns out that's the right answer. That's the right answer. The person came up with it in seconds. That person goes away, the next candidate walks in. Do you know the height of the spire on this building? The candidate says, no, they'll be right back. The person runs outside. When they measures the length of the shadow of that spire on the ground, measures the length of his or her own shadow, ratios the height to the shadows, comes up with a number. As darkest side, it's about 150 feet. Who are you going to hire? I'm hiring the person who figured it out, even though it took that person longer, even though the person's answer is not as precise. I'm hiring that person, because that person knows how to use the mind in a way not previously engaged. You realize when you know how to think, it empowers you far beyond those who know only what to think.
Serious reason, man. Believe you me, I hope you listen to these things, you know. I hope you're listening to these things, man. Oh, gosh. Yuma Sikela Passway, South African Passway, trumpeter. From them time there, I play music, was exiled out time country for years during the apartheid regime time. Iman Mira Makiba get to go back. Yuma Sikela Passway. Great musician. One of the most famous song, if not the most famous of all of him song them. Because when I was a youth and I hear this song, I never knew it was African I played. Never know at all. I know some most youth I listen to this program, I never hear about Yuma Sikela yet, don't even know what the hell me talking about, but he's a great musician. You can Google him. Yuma Sikela, South African trumpeter. Tour. Been to Jamaica too. Been on the jazz and blues, and he has also been on Sunsplash. Great musician. And as we said, this is the most famous music in the West here. We have to say in the West because, you know, sometimes we hit a yard, not hit a broad, and we hit a broad, not hit a yard. Well, this is what I tune them. When I got school, my first album, which me never ever know say is African, my mother buy me this album named Promise of a Future by Yuma Sikela. Promise of a Future. And there was a song by it named Bajabula Bonke. And I remember that mother, sometimes she leave my little sister with me. And whenever I want my little sister forgot to sleep, I put her on that tune. She freed out of this world when she hear the tune. So, you see this tune, it is on the album too. It named Riot. And after Riot, I go and play the tune where I used to scare my little sister with. Believe you me. It's African tune. And it's African music. And we never know it's African music. Never know say Yuma Sikela was from Africa. All of these things we never know. Oh gosh, man. If we know what we know now, then what a different things would be. Here we go, Riot. Hey, we are playing that one for Sly, you know. Believe you me, we are playing that one for Sly. You know why we are playing that one for Sly. Trust me. Great musician pastor this week that them say him pastor from fighting prostate cancer over a period of time. I tell you, that thing named prostate cancer. So here goes now. This is the truth I tell you about now. So I used to scare me little daughter. You know the daughter. I'm a sister. Me talk about it. This is the truth I used to scare my little sister with. In time I want she go to my bed, go to her bed. Here goes. Yuma Sikela make a big tune, a big tune where it echo all over the world when Nelson Mandela was in prison. All over the world it echoed. This tune here. Bring back Nelson Mandela. Okay. All right. Cutting edge. That's funny, man. Yes, cutting edge. We're paying tribute to Yuma Sikela, who passed away in the week here. We want to play two more songs by Yuma Sikela. this is the one. This is the next one where we really want to play. Believe you me. This tune here. You know, you have Miriam Makeba sing that tune here too, you know. Yeah, Miriam Makeba. And a matter of fact, Jerry Butler sing that tune here too. But this is You Masekela rendition of Strawberries.
The Zambian government, Bishop, sold the copper mines in northern Zambia to an outside consortium for $25 million. The copper mines for $25 million because they couldn't manage to keep them. The company that came in and took over the Zambian copper mines in 3 months made a profit of $75 million. They did not pay the Zambian government up front in cash for the mines. They were going to pay them over a period of time. Here we have this company that has an understanding of how things work, raised the money at the government's expense, took money that the government should have been making and gave it back to the government and said, we paid our debt in full, and give them now 0.006% of the proceeds of copper mining. When right outside the door there's people in poverty, people in not eating, people ignorant, people dying, high levels of AIDS, and what's the deal? Churches are full, people are praising God, Africans pray all night. Prayer is not in the success equation. Prayer is in the revelation equation. Decision making is in the success equation. You have to make a decision and be sound. We have to be disciplined and make sure we go and get what God has called us to get. You can be full of the Holy Ghost, but you can still be ignorant. But as for me and my house, I will get understanding. I will get understanding. I will get understanding. It's time now for us to rise up and be counted. This year, the country of Ghana turns 50. Ghana was born the same year we were born, in 1957. Ghana and South Korea had their independence dates on the same day, the same year. But look where South Korea is. South Korea is by nature not a Christian nation. South Korea by nature are Buddhists. China, which is the next large world economy, they have stated that in the next 10 years, 20% of the Chinese people will be multimillionaires. That means almost 450 million Chinese will be millionaires. They are not Christians, they are Buddhists. The Japanese are Shintoists. Those in Indonesia and Malaysia are Muslims. It's not about praising God and hallelujah and a great thank you, Jesus. It's about possessing an understanding as to how things work.
This is the cutting edge. And I FM, I open and listen, you know. I open and listen. That's a serious thing.
God. Believe it or not, for Africa to change, the way religion is delivered must change. Churches should stop preaching about miracles and breakthroughs. Popular preaching such as sowing a seed or, give and it shall be given unto you, have been misinterpreted for personal gain. No wonder pastors of today are so rich and yet the whole congregation and people around them remain poor. We are stuck with a generation of Africans who act as if God is the rewarder of laziness and poverty. The message churches send is that it is possible to reap where you did not sow, meaning you can get something out of nothing. Why should a child choose to learn the hard way if there is an easier way? The live for today attitude does not create wealth and people die without leaving any legacy. You then sit and wonder why Africa is the way it is today? The gospel of prosperity should be shamed and work around the fact that laziness can never reap real success. Christianity has played a very big role to the fall of Africa today, but that is not what it is intended for. Spreading messages of instant success have led to a generation of people who are thirsty for instant results, immediate relief, and effortless profit. The messages should not just focus on tithing and sowing seed, blessings, miracles, breakthroughs, and wonders. Churches should stop glorifying riches acquired through miraculous sources, stop preaching fear and stop focusing on what the devil or witches did, does, or will do. Instead, they should preach positive news and focus on messages that add value to the communities, such as hard work, creativity, dedication, commitment, perseverance, and responsibility. Pastors can promote good community initiatives such as cleaning the surroundings, and encourage creativity and innovation. Instead of waiting for our governments to do what they do not do, we can start helping ourselves, through humanism. The brother who becomes a millionaire by simply sowing a seed, does not help build a better community, and the message of such success should not be spread and showcased. Instead, the applause should go to someone who has succeeded by hard work and perseverance. Start preaching the gospel of working hard, produce goods and services, planning, critical thinking analysis, strategy, visibility plans, system building, market and customer analysis, and the process involved in production of goods and services. This is how noble people and wealth is created. Rushing a sick person to church for prayers does not prevent that person from dying, but correct medication and treatment will. Haven't you wondered why people in Africa still died of Ebola despite prayers? Preach the real word of God instead. You do not need the pastor's blessings to create wealth in life. Wealth and clean cities don't come by miracle or magic. Religious superstitions, such as the shout of, "I receive it," and the loudest shout of, "Amen," is not enough to fulfill your wishes. True religion and true Christianity must, and can only, produce productive youth. For Africa to be globally competitive, education alone is not enough. We need to nurture creativity, innovation, and good governance. What is an engineering degree doing if you cannot even produce a water pump? Ask yourself a question: what have other people created with a similar qualification other than just looking for a job? Please, be slow to anger, slow to judge, quick to listen and try to understand. If not for you, do it for your children.
Of acts of faith, and you are listening to Mutabaruka.
Yeah, the time is 22 minutes past 12 o'clock. We're talking to Grace Jones. Yeah, this is the Cutting Edge on IRFM. We want to find this show for Grace, but we get a message as well.
Oh, what is that? We can't read that from here.
No, you can't read it. You can't read it.
You can read it.
All right.
I need my glasses.
Yeah, we want to tell the people that Grace Jones will be appearing this weekend, Saturday in Kingston, and Sunday in Uchuros here for the Voice of a Woman Festival, and it's an evening thing with Grace Jones, and it starts from, because what time it starts here, red carpet affairs 4:30, 5 o'clock Grace Jones, Blood Light and Bammy.
That's the name of the film.
Yes, and 7 p.m. a conversation with Grace Jones, and then at 8:30 the after party will be at Devon House.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Devon House.
Okay.
And then the Ochorio section, which is Sunday, the 28th, it's at Cove Cinema, Island Village. Everybody knows about that. They don't have up. At 10 a.m. all day.
No, me not wake up that early.
No, me do.
But don't forget, there will be other people.
Yeah.
There will be other acts, other things going on. It is a festival.
What's your name will be there? Should just say now Queen Africa.
Oh,
Queen Africa will be there.
Oh, really?
Yes,
I didn't know that.
Yes, and
there's a lot of people.
Yes.
Yeah, man.
You have 3 DJs will be playing, including myself.
Yes, you'll be there for my party. Yeah. But like I said,
I can't forget the party. I can't forget the party of Portland there. It was good. But, so we are searching this tune, but my wife loves this tune, and I have to play this tune.
So play it then now?
This tune, yes.
And Melvin Van Peebles write this, Melvin Van Peebles. Melvin Van Peebles wrote this track. Alright?
You think you're going to do songs with Sly and Robbie again?
Of course. Yeah. They're my brothers.
Yes. The album with Corporate Criminals.
Corporate Cannibal. Them on it.
Them play.
Yes, man, them on it.
Tell me.
And them on the next one that we've been working on.
Yeah.
But because we almost finished, But I have to put them on everything, you know what I mean? Because when it works, why change it, you know?
Don't fix it if it don't broke.
Exactly. So, we just talked to Robbie not so long ago, you know.
Yeah.
And, we're almost finished with the next one. Because of the film and my book, we started the album like about 5-6 years ago already now, you know. About 5 years already. Jesus have mercy. All right. Couple of months we're going to finish, but we're going to put honestly, but the thing is I want to do it here. I want to finish it here.
Yes.
Because I did a lot of it here. I'm in England. I visited it, you know.
Yeah.
So I just like to be near the studio so we can wake up and go over in my nightgown and sing.
Yeah, I paint your body, I go.
I'm not going to start painting my body. I have to do it in different colors. But we soon finish, you know. But man, I think we're going to release EP. Because I discussed with the producer tonight in England. And I think we have like 25 tracks, you know. A lot. We have a lot. So I'm thinking just to put an appetizer or teaser, whatever you want to call it, out for the spring, summer, you know. And then finish off what we're doing. Yeah, man.
Well, I get some signals, we must close.
All right.
Not to want to, but we have to respect the thing.
All right, man. Yeah. But I'm here, so I can drop in anytime.
Okay.
You know?
All right, well.
Yeah, man. You can drop in.
Why you drop in? And
I like to surprise you. I brought you a coconut jelly.
Okay.
That my man Lion here planted.
Lion,
picked.
Hey, let me talk to Lion a little. Lion.
Yes, sir.
A long time you tell me say you will get James to come out of school. I don't know, you make you come in there now, you know. I know you make you come in there.
But they say still.
No, me never say.
Yeah,
but me I say she in there now, but it's not you make you come in there. So you owe me an interview with Grace Jones. You owe me an interview. Yeah, you owe me an interview with Grace Jones, Bridget.
Alright, well, we can set it up, you know.
Yeah, he can do most of the talking.
We can set it up, you know.
You can't set it up, and that's nobody that tell me say, I give me a limit.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, you see what I say?
Nobody that give me a limit.
Right.
And certain things that I want to say, we can't even say it, because we don't have the time, so.
We can DJ. We can take turns DJing.
It can happen.
Do you do like that?
We give thanks at the moment, you know.
All right, give thanks.
Yes,
give thanks.
Lion is my Jamaican guy, right here.
Me see that. See how we'll have on him tight. We'll have on him tight, you know. A long time, see how we'll have on him, you know. I want to tell you, say, me I hear dance up, so me see my look for me. Me say, when people, let me tell you someone, we are Grace Jones and dance, have a black piece of card, and go there and kill it. Me say, me turn round, me see the virgin and I mean, never do nothing, and she do everything, you know, me never do nothing. Me I play the music, and me I pick it up and dance with her. I'm saying this virgin, after the virgin don't tell me, say, go get tired. If we come to the interview, I say, wait. All the virgin just has steer for me, so Rasta. I agree much in here.
No, man, I say love you too, you know.
Yeah, man.
All right. You get it. Love you too.
Where is that again, man?
Yeah, man. Give thanks.
I bring a bracelet with your name on it from Coral Man.
Okay.
Yes, he's an artist, you know, that makes things for me.
You bring one for me.
Yes, with your name on it, man. I hope your hand not too big to put it on.
It will go on it till it go up on my finger.
Alright. Oh Jesus, if that's the size of your finger, oh God Almighty, help us all.
Oh, you don't see my foot yet?
I love you.
Yeah, man, give thanks.
I love you. IRFM, Mutabaruka. They should make a song out of that. Sharp, golden edge. I forgot the Badaru. How could I forget Wally Badaru? He was a big part of Campus Point. Times,
Our face when she hear that tune, we are telling
you know when you flick the finger, like danger come now, you might get it. We're in those times right now, you know. Yeah, man.
I Trump
this man. You hear me? I Trump this. What? Shit. With a corporate prison. Yeah, man. Happening right now. Right now. Trump this. In the middle of this shit. I can't hear. Funny like that. Night. You should be sleeping. Can you beat me? Honey? Midnight. Oh, I thought we were in cable.
No, that's not cable. This is the most popular radio station in Jamaica. Everybody listen to it.
But they're not asleep.
Who not asleep? So you
whoever can't listen to.
Wait till tomorrow when you look for your email or your phone.
What email? Me not do email.
Or whatsoever you
I don't look at anything.
All right.
I look at the sunrise.
When you go back to England.
And sun.
When you go back to England, everybody will tell you to hear this. Trust me.
But it's late.
Yeah, I know it's late, but a Jamaica this. A Jamaica this, trust me.
I know Jamaica, you know.
Yeah, we know. But them have some little rules and regulations.
But you should have tell me then.
No, you don't do that. I mean,
I mean.
You're all right, man. You're afraid for you.
You sure I'm not fret? No, you see me a sweat.
No, man, you're sweet, man.
What? I'm sweating.
No, you do worse than that already.
No, but not on your show. But me never do this on your show.
No, man, not funny, man.
Oh, God. Okay.
Not funny, man. Nobody not go chastise nobody for that. Trust me.
You sure?
No, man, I know, man. Trust me.
Oh, God Almighty. Forgive me. Forgive me. Pray for me. Okay?
You forgive me.
Pray for me.
Oh, for what?
Just everybody pray for me. Me no pray for me, no man. All of them pray for me.
Oh, a great show. What did I refer? Anyway.
Scandal.
No, the scandal on the man. The scandal on the man.
Oh,
so give thanks for
I love you, and I know everybody listens. Everybody listens to you.
Yeah.
So I know tomorrow, normally everybody leave me alone and they can walk by and them say, hi, Miss Jones, how Miss Jones, and it's like, yeah, man, everything cool, yeah, movie star, and they keep walking, so nobody bother me, so hopefully tomorrow I won't have to have, well, maybe everybody can just...
No, man, they're going to love you more tomorrow, man.
Man.
You come for Muta program.
What? Yeah, what you say, Muta?
Yes.
Sure, everybody listen, I know. So, yeah, just love.
Yeah, man, give thanks, yeah?
Give thanks and love.
I don't want them come down for me outside, because it seems like somebody outside, right?
Wait.
I give me
It's all right. I'm coming back.
Yeah, all right.
And I behave myself, I promise.
No, man, you behave yourself, man. What? No, we are going to say, Grace, may I expect you to come in here in your paint outfit, with old clothes,
Hello?
Because if me see you come in here with your paint outfit, would I drop for my paint outfit for the bathroom,
Yeah, okay. So maybe we should have painted together.
Yeah, the two of us painted.
Yeah, man, let's just, get tribal and go back to beautiful art and body painting and just loving each other.
All right, give time.
Okay.
It's a dance thing I go on inside. I say, hush. Trust me, hush. It's a dance thing I go on inside. That's what. Grace Rose, I get off for our old music. Hey, whosoever outside I wait for Grace Jones, it's not my fault. It's not me, you understand? Alright, so you just say she'll come, alright. Yes, yes.
You got a card?
Eh?
You got a card?
Yeah, man. Yeah, you, yes. Yes, ill.
Yeah.
Blessed.
Muta.
Yeah, man.
Respect, man.
Give thanks.
Thursday, Ron, I heard you talking about the breakfast.
Talking about the
prayer
what?
breakfast that they had?
The what?
The prayer breakfast that these politicians.
Oh, yeah, them have it. Yeah. They have it in the morning.
Yeah. You know, me find out right now with Muta.
Why?
Them not prepare enough food for them, God.
Them not prepare enough food?
Yeah.
Oh.
Them to feed God like how Abraham feed them with beef and milk.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, if you check your Bible, man. Genesis 18.
So we say, if you eat God with milk, how am I going to eat it and drink it?
Yeah, you hear me, sir?
Yeah, me I hear you.
Yeah, I check a lot of Christians. If they know that God and God eat, and then they know it. I recently I find out for myself. I read the Bible and find it.
Well, God love the scent of dead flesh.
Very true. Very true. But Abraham don't go in and feed and place and get a nice fatted calf until Sarah to bake fine bread. Somebody say biscuit.
Yeah.
And you feed him and him 2 angels with it.
Well, that's true.
Another thing that surprised me, the same chapter of the Bible.
Well, that's strange. God, that still very strange.
You know, if it took me 60 years to know if I got it meat, God never yet passed me to reach that yet. And then book, the first book of the Bible. And another thing that surprised me with what they teach. God had to come and say, well, in the ear the cry of the people on Sodom. So he come to see if what them say is true. Yet the next part tell me that God knew before he entered him mother womb.
Yeah, well, them I say God omnipresent, but them say him going to come down out of the heavens, so I don't know him omnipresent, they come down from somewhere.
And you see the thing I said, Muta. Them say, for God to love the world, he gave his only begotten son. I ask some people what begotten mean, and them say something you forget. I don't forgot me, I ask them out, begotten. And as far as me know, I mean, check the dictionary. Begotten really means to have sex. Because Abraham begot Isaac and John begot Tom. You see how them write it?
Yeah.
Alright, now leave that part there.
Alright, sir.
Now I'm going to show you something else now to tell.
Okay.
The President of America now, Trump, his behavior is not strange. Because President Lincoln did similar things. He sent 500 of the Africans out of 80 wanted to get rid of them. And there's a parallel between Lincoln and President Kennedy is proven. Because President Lincoln became president 1860.
Yeah, I think where them have that documented as well.
Yeah.
Where you going to say a while ago? Where you going to say?
I'm saying President Lincoln became president 1860.
Yes.
And President Kennedy became president 1960. President Lincoln was shot on a Friday. Kennedy was shot on a Friday too. Lincoln was shot in a theater. And the man that shot him in the theater, that was John Wilkes Booth, they said, he ran and hid in a store. Lee Harvey, as well as they shot Kennedy. He shot him from a store and run to hide in a theater.
All right, what that mean to you? Because it's something written down, and I guess I will if I want to know. What that mean to you? Why you repeat it?
Why you repeat it?
Yeah, what it mean to you? All of those similarities.
It is said, what it mean to me. 100 years after, is either President Lincoln was supposed to do something that he didn't finish doing, and 100 years after, the same thing that happened in the 18th century, same thing happened to President Lincoln Kennedy. Kennedy was shot in a car, the car was Fort Lincoln. And Lincoln was shot in a theater, and the theater name was Theater Ford.
Yeah.
President Lincoln's wife had a miscarriage in the White House. Kennedy's wife had a miscarriage in the White House too. Kennedy has 7 letters. Lincoln has 7 letters. Lee Harvey as well, 15 letters. John Wilkes Booth, 15 letters. Something happened here that some people we don't know why that happened. It's like they say a child may be born at 5 years old and die.
What that mean to you? What those similarities will happen? What that mean to you? That's why I ask you.
That mean to me?
Yeah.
What it mean to me is that some things happen in life that we can't really fathom it.
Okay.
Because there's a mysterious thing to a lot of us.
Yeah, okay.
The same thing happened 100 years come happen again. But
yeah. A reoccurrence, okay.
Yeah. And some people don't believe that is true, but it's documented. I used to read Rampa. It is in one of Rampa books. I think it is in Feeding the Flame.
No, I read it. I will if I think place it show. I will if I place them show it.
I've never heard it. It's only book I saw, I think.
Oh, yeah?
No, I've never heard it before.
How long ago you hear it?
Maybe about 2 years now.
What? Me have books where me used to sell where them document that in there, you know?
Yeah?
Me have books where document
I was reading a Rampa and it referred me to Kennedy.
Yeah, but
and I couldn't find that book, I found it on the net and then I found it in another book.
Yeah, what that may I say to you now is that it don't mean nothing to me when me read that. You know, it's just something where me read, you know, it not really, it have no significance to me. I struggle with me I go through, you know what I mean?
Why am I saying it to you, Muta? I've read before of like a child born and die, and the one that born about 3 years after could go in the room that the one died first and pick up everything and show that this was mine and this was mine. So some things happen sometimes I just mysterious, man.
All right, sir.
But have a good night, my brother.
Yeah, man, give thanks.
And I'm still listening.
Give thanks to the call, man.
Respect.
As is. Yes, there with you. We're going to come forward a little more with the Stepping Razor, the art of war. You know, it's a total different program. We always have to say that. It's not a duplication of program. It's a total different thing we work with. Panda program, they name the Stepping Razor.
Yes.
Listen.
Yes, Muta.
As is.
Yeah, man. Remembering you, Masekela, the great trumpeter, you know.
We do a half-hour tribute to the music a while ago, you know.
Yes, you know, just remembering him, you know, and so on. And as an activist, so he said that things have not changed economically in South Africa for the vast majority of Africans, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That the fight still is on where that is concerned. And I see young Grace Jones a full joy the after party. Grace Jones no easy, you know, but it's the parishine because both of us come from Spanish Town, the world capital, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we go up to all of the Spanish Town crew, you know, St. John's Road, Massive and all. We used to go Friendship Government School and all of the Spanish Town, Massive and St. Catherine. And, you know, just listening a while ago to the caller before, you know, it just go to show how this Christian Bible still wreaking so much havoc in our people's road to liberation, you know?
Yeah.
Depending on the Christian Bible to save us, which will never save us, you know, rather than researching and dealing with our own original African story. And, you know, which is thousands of years before any guy named Abraham, much less any blonde-blue-eyed guy named Jesus and them type of thing, you know what I mean? You know, we need to study our own story, the destruction of black civilization. I mean, you used to sell that by Chancellor Williams, the African origin of civilization by Cheek and Diop and things like that, and thing where you play too Marcus Garvey Jr., the YouTube thing, the Arab slave trade. You know, we need to study our own African thing and get away from the stories of other people. You know, and deal with our own African people. And then there's going to, sometime next month, there's gonna be a plaque for Gregory Isaacs, the cool ruler, which will be installed at the home by Sunrise Crescent, where he lived last in Jamaica, you know, to honor Gregory Isaacs, the cool ruler. Yes, you know, that will take place. There was a meeting at the Jamaican High Commission on Tuesday the 23rd, and where, you know, the plaque was presented to the High Commissioner, Seth Ramakan, and also the Deputy High Commissioner, Angela Rose-Howell, you know, and because, so, next month, that plaque at Gregory, and we need to have plaques where our prominent people in the music and other forms of industry in Jamaica are placed. And
Wow. Well, the first I hear Mandingo get cut off, you know. Mandingo get cut off. I don't know. We're going there, so we could go and play this show now still.
Yes, Muta, we got cut off. But the final is sad news again. Young African man, Rashan Charles, who was restrained to death by 2 police officers in London, over by East London, have been let off from their actions that led to his death. You know, he was choked. And not only that, the 2 police officers have not been named. The court allowed them to be anonymous. So we don't even know the names. Even though we saw on CCTV the actions that led to the death, you know, of Rashan Charles, young African father. And neither the 2 witnesses nor the 2 police officers have been named. They have remained anonymous. So yet another African has died at the hands of the police in Britain and have gone off. Of course, this is nothing new, and it just goes to show the level of racism whereby the police in Britain and in the States too, you know, they make Africans die and they get off legally. You know, very sad. And what they are doing now is that they grant them anonymity so that they are not names. So we don't even know. So there's no transparency.
But what I say is that in America, we see the black community rise up most of the time about them things there. Where the black community are
Well, when this incident first happened, you know, a lot of our people rose up, you know, rebelled, and there was a lot of physical altercation between the police and some of our people who rose up. You know, that took place when it happened some months ago. And with this disclosure here, nothing has happened yet so far, but it's never too late, because what is going to happen is that there is going to be some form of public demonstration and protest where this is concerned. Because we just cannot have police killing our people and getting away with it. It's as simple as that. You know, so I will keep you posted where that is concerned. But another tragic case, you know, I mean, there was a video which showed what happened, how they restrained him to death, you know. Very sad. Very sad.
I'll say keep you posted.
Yes, I will keep you posted, and it happened in the constituency of Labour MP Diane Abbott, whose mother is from Smith, from Clarendon, you know, so I'll keep you posted, okay?
Give thanks, yeah?
Okay.
Yes, Ian.
Hello?
Yeah, blessed.
Yes, man.
Yeah, man.
At Muta, every Muta your show is a special show.
Yes.
But tonight is extra special.
Eh?
Yes, man, because I tell you what, listening tonight, because most of the time I always asking for something from you, Masakila.
Okay.
And tonight, I thought tonight will be huge night tonight. We're still on a home team. Yes, and I enjoyed so much of it.
So you get the you Masakila, you get Grace Jones, Patapite.
Yes, and I'm going to ask you for another one too, because I catch you later and I don't know if you play it. But I remember each time he come to Jamaica, I used to stay at the Terranova, and he made write a tune called Terranova. You have that one?
Who do it?
You must write a tune called Terranova. Yes, because the hotel when we used to say, so many times when him come here.
Yeah, I have to look. I have to go look.
Check it out. I shall find it played for me tonight, yeah?
All right,
because that's where I met him.
Well, I want to say, if you think you have great, you want to hear who we're going to have next week.
Come tell you now.
No, we can't tell you.
All right. Because a long time now, I sit on the wall and listen to you.
I go and sit up on the wall.
All right.
Man, you fall off.
Love you, man.
All right,
sir. Keep up the good work, yeah?
Yeah, man, give thanks. Yes. We today hear who we're going to have next week, man. Believe you me. Well.
Yeah,
blessed man.
Yeah, man, welcome back on board, man.
Who is?
Yeah, listen to the thing and listen about some clippings too. And I come up with the same argument to the first caller. I say, God says to eat meat.
Oh.
You love the dead,
scent of dead animal.
Yeah.
When Noah come out of the ark, him say take the best of it and half it up as a living sacrifice. Time love the scent of dead.
But yeah, I listen back some clippings, and I think one of the recent cutting edge is a talk about the eating or the eat and thing. And I listen back and I say, right now we rather listen to you 101 time and listen to a man who don't value life. How can a man preach to me not to do wrong, and he do not value life?
Yes.
And you value life so much, you give a different perspective on things.
Well,
you can't thank you too much feet, you know. You can't make any bigger one. Tell us that only above all preachers, man.
All right.
You can't value life, so. And a man who don't value life can come tell me what to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, for value life, man.
One life,
and
different manifestations.
Indiscipline is a serious thing in the mood.
Yeah.
And you always send a thing where you say, how if you can't say I love Muta, and love and sex is two different words.
Yeah.
Yeah, and them things that you understand and not teach them it and show them it.
Yeah.
Right now, if you go in my community there, in Jamaica, you go tell all the youth you love him.
Well, man, I'm starting to tell you, I get a shot in your face.
When you don't tell you, because you understand it, not other them understand.
Me tell me little friend inside us or what that one time, man, and him scoop on me and tell me sit down with him and reason with him, man. Me have to sit down and reason with him and tell say, watch out now, Brian. You can't mix up love with sex. If a man tell you say love is not a bad thing, I tell you, you know. You know, see it.
Yeah.
Only if you would say that way.
The first time I tell them my sister in them that my brethren. When me and him bring me walk on board, you know, and straight to me out, you know, me and him go KC together, you know. The first time me I tell my sister and say, oh, me love my brethren, you know. She says, man, something go wrong with you, you know. That's why I say, yo, I love my friend, man.
We need to use that word. We use that word more.
Sweet. All of it, the music sweet, and it can't too much respect. No matter how early you have to go work a morning, it can't too late, man.
Give thanks, brethren.
Yeah, man, big up, man.
Yes. Yeah.
Yo, Mutabaruka.
Blessed man.
Where you deal with?
Cutting edge.
You hear me?
Yeah, man, I hear you.
Alright, you hear a song saying, teach the youth them, right?
Yeah, Jimmy Cliff.
Yeah, man. When you come on the ear now, you teach the youth them the right and don't teach them the wrong. Yo, you remember the call when me did call and show you say, boy, and me beat my daughter till she couldn't use her hand.
Yeah.
She couldn't build the tree there.
Yeah.
You understand? Don't manipulate the youth them mind and lead the youth them because that's fair. Pay disrespect parents because you know, no man. You see most of the parents them where deal with their youth the right. Them their youth there no turn out to be no gunman, no criminal, no scammer.
Yeah.
Them they go up in the right and proper way and me hear you say boy I have two nice daughters where some do teaching and some do some university or what have you. I mean no say them not get no growing from you, they get growing from their mother.
Why you say that them get growing from their mother?
They get growing from their mother, now you.
Why? Why you say that?
Because
what you mean them get growing from their mother? I mean I understand what you say.
Yeah, they don't get no growing from you because then they get growing from you, them the thing they want to do, they want to, that position.
I idiot talk, you talk, man. Idiot talk.
You understand me?
Idiot talk.
No, because me, tell us, boy, me,
idiot talk. Hey, yo, idiot talk. You talk.
Idiot talk?
Yeah, but me them get growing from their mother, them not get no growing from me. So which part of me did there? Where me did there?
Where you in there?
When them grow up for me did there?
I don't know.
The way when I shut him out and I stop ask, you was asked when me did there. I stopped him out, me not get growing from my mother. Them not get no growing from me. What do you mean them not get no growing from me?
You get me?
And me and no, me not get you. Me not want you. Them get me get. Me and them mother grow them up.
Yeah, man.
So why I say them not get no growing from me and them mother?
No, man. Them mother, you don't get it growing from, not you.
It's all right, man. You go and talk.
Because, you understand, me tell us about me to be my daughter, you know.
Yes. He's a, I don't even know if I call you. When you did that tell man about how you beat your people till them hands swell up and all them something there, and you feel proud to come on the radio come say it. Okay. Him lock off. Him get lock off. All right. Man, I talk about them get growing from. What do you mean by that? Get growing from them man. I mean say what? See how them mother grow them up, me never did there. Right straight up, I'll know me still there. Believe you me, I'll know me still there. Think a joke. Okay, me could play this tune here. I tell you say, me have a tune here by Barry White here. One slow and easy little reggae tune here. Volare. Alright, me could set it up here, so here we go now. Let's say Mr. Young. Anytime I play that tune, I remember Mr. Young, you know. When we used to upstairs. Anytime I play that tune, I remember Mr. Young. Yeah, man. Trust me. Every time I play it, him comes up at the door and I say, boy, I tell you, where you get that tune there from Muta. I want to give thanks to the moment, give thanks to the time and the energy. Matrix is in the house with them brethren. We have to call it sidekick. Or side thump down. Which one? CD? 3D? I will get a name, the brethren. No, serious. I will get a Matrix get a name there. 3D. 3-dimensional. That's not a good name, you know. That's not a good name at all. 3-dimensional. Alright, 3D. Okay. Yes. You know, so we're going to have a little more. Yeah. Why you love German, you know? Why German? When German, she said she can't take a picture with Grace Jose. You know, say, I there. It make a night, day, and tomorrow morning, you know. Yeah. I mean, I have name for everybody out there, because I can't remember the whole name. I can't remember the whole name. I don't give them the name, I can't remember. She named German because she said she used to live in Germany. So it is, what's your name? What her real name is? Watch her, you don't remember the name. They only have to count in sky them. Yeah. I say, I can't bother run through nothing. I can't bother run through nothing. I just remember German. Somebody just said German. But, no, you know, when German here say, Grace Jones are coming right now. You see a while ago when Grace Jones I tell you, man, she will have fun. I tell you, it make a night, dear man. Tonight alone, German glad that you work, Irie. Yeah, tonight alone, German glad that you work, Irie. Alright, sir. Anyway, we give thanks. We give thanks. We're gone, you know. Matrix in the house. So as we say, 2 o'clock.